Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to explore a key concept in calculus known as the alternating series test. This test helps us determine whether certain types of infinite series add up to a finite number. First, what exactly is an alternating series? It's an infinite series where the signs of the terms switch back and forth. For example, the first term is positive, the second is negative, the third is positive, and so on. The general form is the sum of -1 to the power of n minus 1 times b sub n, where b sub n represents the positive part of the term. Let's look at a couple of examples. A very famous one is the alternating harmonic series, 1 minus 1/2, plus 1/3, minus 1/4, and so on. Another example could be 1 minus 1 over the square root of 2, plus 1 over the square root of 3, and so on. Notice the consistent switch between plus and minus. When we have an infinite series, the most important question is whether it converges or diverges. A series converges if its partial sums get closer and closer to a specific finite number. If the sums instead grow to infinity or just bounce around without settling, the series diverges. The alternating series test, sometimes called the Leibniz test, gives us two straightforward conditions to check. If an alternating series meets both conditions, it is guaranteed to converge. The two conditions are, first, the magnitude of the terms must be decreasing, and second, the limit of the terms must be 0. Let's break down the first condition. The positive part of each term, b sub n, must be smaller than, or at least equal to, the term that came before it. This means the jumps in our sum are getting smaller over time. This is what allows the sum to eventually settle down rather than oscillating wildly. The second condition is just as important. The limit of the positive part of the term, b sub n, as n approaches infinity, must be 0. If the terms we are adding and subtracting don't shrink to nothing, the sum will never be able to land on a single, final value. It will always be moving by some amount. Let's apply the test to the alternating harmonic series. The positive term is b sub n equals 1 over n first. Is it decreasing? Yes, because 1 over n plus 1 is always less than 1 over n second. Is the limit 0? Yes. The limit of 1 over n as n approaches infinity is 0. Since both conditions pass, we can confidently say the alternating harmonic series converges. Now consider a series where the terms are n divided by n plus 1. Let's check the second condition first, as it's often simpler. What is the limit of n over n plus 1 as n approaches infinity? The limit is 1. Since the limit is not 0, the series fails the second condition. Therefore, this alternating series diverges. When a series converges, we often approximate its true sum using a partial sum, like the sum of the first 10 terms. The alternating series remainder theorem gives us a wonderful tool to measure the error of our approximation. It states that the absolute error is always less than or equal to the magnitude of the very next term, b sub n plus 1. So, to summarize everything, an alternating series is proven to converge if it meets two critical conditions. 1, its terms must be non-increasing. 2, the limit of its terms must go to 0. If both are true, it converges. If the second condition is false, we know it diverges by the test for divergence. And that is the alternating series test. By checking just two conditions, you can now determine the convergence of a whole new class of infinite series. Thank you for watching, and keep exploring the amazing patterns within calculus.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.